In the military, the salute is a sign of mutual respect, and the sheer habit helps form much deeper bonds between officers and the troops. Now, we civilians, we don't salute each other a whole lot in everyday life, but we just might want to rethink that whenever we bump into the real-life version of the purple cow. And you're about to discover why on this edition of the Reinvention Chronicles. A herd of brown and black cows here behind us, but I think they're a little camera shy. Back in 2003, Seth Godin wrote a best-selling book, The Purple Cow, How to Transform Your Business by Being Remarkable, how to be exceptional, worth noticing, interesting, different. And what Seth was arguing in his book was that a lot of businesses, whether they care to admit it or not, fall into the category of being no different than a brown and black cow. The analogy he used was that if you were driving down a country road just like this one, just outside London, Ontario, and you passed farm after farm after farm, and they were just filled with brown and black cows, you couldn't tell one herd from the next or one group of cows from the next. And he was saying in this book that that's basically the same dynamic that happens in every business category, from accountants to lawyers to insurance agents to car dealerships. Everyone from hydraulic manufacturers to the baker and the candlestick maker. And so what Seth was saying in his book, that the slot marked boring is already overcrowded, overstuffed, overfilled, and if you're not remarkable, you're going to be invisible. But for some people in the business audiences that I get to speak with, they have a hard time picturing what a purple cow looks like and how that analogy, that metaphor, could really apply to their category. So last week here in the Reinvention Chronicles, I thought, well, why not inspire a little imagination, put together a top 57 list of the greatest purple cows of all time, and maybe, it would kind of get the imagination machinery turning, get it in gear, so to speak. And so I never expected to encounter what happened last week, because it was a post that really caught many people's imaginations, and a lot of email and a lot of comments and shares. But then it hit me. I was in the Houston airport, and I was on my way to visit a client in Louisiana. So you had to do the stopover in Houston to get the connecting flight. And so it was about 9:30 at night. We get the announcement just before we're about to board. So you get a picture. The terminal is full of passengers, and we're about to board the flight, and there's the announcement that suddenly the flight is canceled because they just don't have a pilot, and there were no passengers willing to volunteer to be Ted Stryker. And so I don't want to drag that airline into the mud. We won't talk about them, other than to say that Dave Carroll knows them well, and they had something to do with breaking one of his guitars. But that being said, suddenly, and our flight wasn't the only one from Houston to Baton Rouge that was being canceled. San Antonio was gone, and there were a couple of other flights. So before you know it, there's a stampede to the United Customer Service Desk. You got to picture 800 people in the Houston airport basically are trying to get in line and jockey for position in front of like 3 customer service reps. Just so happens that I have a friend who's my travel agent. Tracy has been doing my travel for the better part of 6 or 7 years, and we're also Facebook friends. And doesn't Tracy notice on Facebook that I'm in a bit of a pickle in Houston, that yes, we do have a problem. And so here I am faced with the prospect of standing with the other 800 people in line to sort out the new realities of travel realities for the next day. But here's what happens. Tracy, who is 3 or 4 hours past the shop's already been closed. Her days, has been done for quite some time. What does she do? She drops in a message on Facebook, "How can I help?" And within minutes, we're on the phone, and within another few minutes, Tracy's made 1 or 2 phone calls, and everything, and I mean everything, has been taken care of. We have a bed for the night in Houston where we can crash, and we have the travel arrangements and everything taken care of to get out to Baton Rouge the next morning. And so what that told me, and just so you know, this is not the first time. This is many, many times where Tracy has really bailed us out of some pretty tough situations travel-wise. And so it hit me that while so many other travel agents are bothered and have been put out of business by things like automation, the Ubering of the travel agency business, Tracy Travel doesn't have that problem. Tracy Travel is someone who is a purple cow, who is remarkable when it comes to outstanding, way beyond customer service, because she goes not just the extra mile, the extra 10 miles to take care of her customers, even hours after the shop's been closed for the day. So I got to thinking about this whole idea around talking about and continuing the dialogue about the Tracy Travels in your world, the purple cows who are doing things, and you don't have to be over the top outlandish like Kiss, for example, or have a great sports car like Ferrari to be considered a purple cow. No, you can do everyday acts of kindness, and that would fall into the purple cow category. And wouldn't that be fantastic if there was more of that? So I think of things like, it doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. More than anything, the purple cow is a mindset. It's not about money. It doesn't matter if you're Ron Kraft Auto Care, the gas station that's a few miles around the corner from here, handing out dog treats to their customers who come by with their favorite 4-legged furry friends. Or it doesn't matter if you're Trout River Industries. I mean, they're a manufacturer of live bottom trailers in Coleman, PEI, but yet their purple cow promises they answer the phone. They actually answer the phone with a real person every single day with every single phone call during regular business hours. You can try it out for yourself. 902-859-1200. That number again, 902-859-1200. Imagine a live person actually answering the phone. That's what happens at Trout River Industries. So like I said, more than anything, the purple cow is really about mindset. It's got nothing to do with money. Find the purple cow, make sure you let them know. And it's so easy today in our digital world. All you have to do is take the original post of the top 57 purple cows, simply add them to the list, and together you and I can maybe keep this spirit of remarkability alive and contagious, and we can shine a spotlight on the outrageous and the audacious and those who are courageous and tenacious. Yes, those who dare to care, to be different, to be meaningful, to be useful, and actually impact the people that they run into each and every day. Think of the Tracy Travels that you know in your life who should be recognized and celebrated for the ingeniousness and the beauteousness that they bring to the table each and every day, the ones who truly deserve to bask in the purple cow spotlight. And who knows, we just might together, you and I, inspire a groundswell for others who deserve to be heard separate and apart from the rest of the herd. And on that note, for purple cows everywhere, we salute you. Some thoughts to help you recreate and reimagine the business, the life, the career that you deserve.